Your attention, please.
What is shaking? Welcome back, guys. How's everybody doing today? I'm super excited. I've been waiting to do this video. This is the book I've been talking about. I kept calling it the DCA throwback book, but it just opens with DCA. Goes into Disneyland, a little bit of downtown Disney. So without further ado, let's dive right into this thing, shall we? So here we have the table of contents. So you can see pretty much every land is covered throughout the resort. The old facade of DCA, I miss this facade. It made for great pictures. The letters are no longer there, but I went to the Cal Expo Center a couple years ago for the State Fair, and those California letters are now outside of the Cal Expo Center. So this part of the park used to be known as Condor Flats or the Golden State region before it's now changed to Grizzly Peak. Here's outside of Soaring. This little engine thruster thing used to spray mist and get you all wet underneath. I used to love that as a kid. Here's a nice little overview of Redwood Creek Trails. Used to be Grizzly Peak Trails, formerly known as. As you can see, nothing's really changed except the trees have grown up. Here's a great shot of the Grizzly River Run and Grizzly Peak. Another great shot of Grizzly Peak. These are the little Napa restaurants. Again, not a whole lot of change here. Bugs Land, the old Scarecrow. I remember when I was a kid, I loved Bugs Land. I thought it was so cool to be the same size as everything else there. One of the biggest changes in DCA over the years, where Little Mermaid's Adventure is, used to be called Golden Dreams. It was a little show about culture and all that kind of stuff, and it was narrated by Whoopi Goldberg. Let's go. Pacific Wharf. Again, hasn't changed much. The old Mexican restaurant that's right there. I love that little Mexican restaurant. Great value for what you get. A lot of food, decent price. All right. One of the biggest changes of the current DCA park was Hollywood Pictures backlot. As you can see, they used to have the sign, and it was more about the backlot, about Hollywood. Now it's going to become Marvel Land eventually. We all know it is. Don't lie to yourself. It's going to be. Another great shot of the old walkway, the old Hollywood sign there. Smoothies, still there. Love Smoothies. Animation Academy. Muppet Vision 3D. God, I wish this was still there. I love that show. I love the Muppets. I mean, who doesn't love the Muppets? As you can see, the line kind of says it there. The old soap opera restaurant that used to be there, it's just no longer there. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It. I don't really remember that much. I think I was just too little to understand then. You just played for points. There was no money or anything, but still a cool experience. We have Hyperion in the old Superstar limo ride. Now this ride has changed a lot, and I don't remember riding it because I think that's how long it lasted. It really didn't last very long. It became Monsters Inc. It's where Monsters Inc. is now. You can find that clip on YouTube with the old ride, and you'll see that a lot of it was just recycled into Monsters Inc. So now we're on to Paradise Pier here. Paradise Pier is a lot like Hollywoodland. It's changed a lot. The old sun wheel. I like Paradise Pier as it used to be. So this section here means a lot to me. Good shot of the roller coaster and the Mickey Mouse. When I was tall enough, which I think I was when the park opened, I used to love going over the top of that Mickey. I got the biggest thrill just going over the big old Mickey Mouse. Here's a good shot of the old sun wheel. The key thing here though is the gigantic sun. I still call it the sun wheel, but I wish it was still a sun wheel. Okay, here we go. We have the now it's Silly Symphony Swings. It used to be a giant orange. I liked it as the orange because as you would ride, you could smell the orange. And my dad's favorite, the Maliboomer. I never rode it. I didn't like that feeling. Here's a good shot of jumping jellyfish and the carousel. And dinosaur. Mulholland Madness. I miss Mulholland Madness. Yes, the track's still the same as Goofy's Flight School, but I still like the whole LA theme with the whole Mulholland Madness. Guys, I can't talk today. Jeez. Here's the boardwalk. A nice picture of the boardwalk, which has remained unchanged. But as you can see in the picture on the left, Ariel's Grotto has now, well, was once Avalon's Cove. A lot of the same things, seafood, all that, but a little different. So now we have the Electrical Parade on the left and Disney's Eureka Parade on the right. I don't remember much of the parade, the Eureka Parade. It was just about culture and all that of California. Electrical Parade, the last time I saw the Electrical Parade was in 2008, right before they got rid of it in DCA. I'm glad it's back in Disneyland now. So that's it with DCA. So now it's more about downtown and the hotels. So the picture on the left is the Grand Californian. The picture on the left sure makes downtown Disney look like a poppin' little city. I just said poppin'. So there is the Grand California Hotel. That's a really pretty picture. I like that. That's really nice. Paradise Pier. This is the only Disney hotel I've ever stayed at. I stayed here once when I was like 13 years old. It's a pretty nice hotel. I like it. And the Disney Hotel, one day I will stay here. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Downtown, House of Blues is pictured. Rest in peace, House of Blues. Again, the picture making it seem like downtown Disney is always crowded. It's never that crowded. All right, on to Disneyland. That's a nice shot. I really like this book, guys. There's some really nice pictures. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Of course, we got to start off with Main Street. Nice shot of City Hall there. Nice marching band picture. Actually, that's a sitting down band, isn't it? Oh, yeah. A little more Main Street. The vehicles of Main Street here. I love that horse-drawn trolley, guys. It's a great way to start the morning when you go in right before rope drop. Another picture of some of the shops. Abe Lincoln there on the left. So let's start off with the lands. Adventureland. One of my favorite rides there, guys. Indiana Jones. Look at that. Look at it. It's so empty. That's a bizarre moment. Get it? Get it? It's never that empty nowadays, right? Adventureland's always crowded. Here's a couple good shots of Indiana Jones. Guys, when that ride first opened, I was petrified of the walkthrough. The ride itself, I loved it. The walkthrough and the cave and all that, I was waiting for something to jump out at me. Tarzan's treehouse. If you guys didn't know, it used to be the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, and then it was converted to Tarzan. The Jungle Cruise there on the left. The Enchanted Tiki Room. I love the Tiki Room. It's nice, especially when it gets like 100 degrees in Disneyland. It's a nice little relaxing, 10-minute show in the air conditioning. Frontierland. So speaking of heat, is it just me or does it always seem hotter in Frontierland? It might just be me, but did they do that on purpose? The boats of Rivers of America. We have the Columbia, the canoes, and the Mark Twain. This picture really makes me miss these. But hopefully soon, this summer, it's supposed to be open. We can all ride them again. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Definitely one of my favorite rides. I love the update. They just made it so much better. So here we have Fort Wilderness, Fantasmic. Fort Wilderness, guys. That was my thing growing up. I remember I always wanted to go. That's where I spent a lot of time. We'd go over to Tom Sawyer's, but it was all about Fort Wilderness. The caves are cool. Spend some time in there, but I could spend hours and hours in Fort Wilderness just running around. They had the little toy guns up in the towers, playing with all the kids. It was great. So, New Orleans Square. This gumbo place, guys, to die for. If you like gumbo or any kind of it's almost like a chili, but gumbo. I love it. That's especially when it's cold. It doesn't even have to be cold outside to enjoy it. I absolutely love it. Oh, pages are stuck, guys. Oh, okay. Come on, unstick it. Come on. Oh, almost. There we go. Ooh, good thing I got them apart. Can't forget about pirates. Not much has changed. As you can see, the ship has changed a little bit, just to kind of fit the whole modern, with the movies and all that, and the Jack Sparrow reboot. But other than that, nothing's changed. Haunted Mansion. Man, that picture never gets old, guys. Such a beautiful building. Critter Country. Guys, I don't think the Country Bear Jamborees is in this book. Neither is, nor is Winnie the Pooh. So I think this book was printed in between the two. There's more of the canoes. Here we have Splash Mountain. Boy, that's a beautiful picture of Splash Mountain. Such a pretty mountain at night. All the colors are really vibrant at night. On to Fantasyland. I would love to take that picture. Have nobody in front of the castle. Nobody. But even as the park clears out, after midnight or whenever the park's closing. It's never that empty. Here we have Peter Pan on the left, Pinocchio on the right. Mr. Toad, Snow White. Guys, this right here, this was my favorite ride growing up. We're gonna see my second favorite ride shortly, but Mr. Toad was my favorite ride. Didn't matter the wait. I had to ride it every day that I was in Disneyland. It was a must. So now we have Alice, the teacups. That's a great shot. That picture makes it look like Casey Jr. is going right through the mountain, doesn't it? It's a small world there. Those are both great shots. Harold! That's the old Harold. Before the current animatronic moving Yetis. Yes, guys, the Yeti's name, if you did not know, is Harold. Toontown, one of my favorite spots when I was little. Look how busy it is. That was in the heyday of Toontown, guys. Toontown used to always be crowded, I remember. Not so much anymore. Here we have some of the houses. Good old Donald. Does anybody remember when that trolley was actually moving? I used to love riding on that, and then I remember I went back years later and it just sits there now, and it completely bummed me out. Here we have the Go Coaster, and yes, that was my very close to Toad second favorite ride. I love the movie. Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. I loved it when I was little. So now we're on to Tomorrowland. Does anybody remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? I liked that show. That was always interesting. But I always picked my feet up when the rats would run underneath the chairs. That just creeped me out a little too much. Interventions. I always found myself in there, especially when it got hot out, like really hot, you know, come 3, 4 o'clock. You've been at the park all day, you're tired, you're sweaty. Interventions was always nice as a heat break. Oh, God bless air conditioning. And Space Mountain, Star Tours. Notice anything different here? Look at the color. This was during the whole steampunk thing. And look at the fountains. I remember the fountains. Now it's just a spinning ball. Guys, look at that color. Which one do you guys like more? Do you guys like it that way or like it plain white? Leave your comment because I'm curious to see how people stand on it. Because looking at this picture, that bronze color kind of fits. But I'm fully backing the white. I'm glad. And to conclude, just like you do in the park, a nice shot of Sleeping Beauty's castle with the fireworks. And that concludes the book, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I always enjoy looking at it. It brings back some memories of the stuff that isn't around anymore. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, give me a nice thumbs up. Subscribe. Plenty more videos to come. The next videos, the next couple, are all going to be from the park. I will be in the park next week for a few days, 4 to be exact, actually 5. 5 days. So look forward to showing you guys in the park and riding some rides and just having a good time, guys. We're gonna do tons of stuff. Super excited to go. It's been way too long. We're definitely gonna try and get a lot of the Food and Wine Festival this trip. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. Disney DNA out.